Hey there, guys. Thanks for joining us here at the Hub. And there's not much to say about that blown opportunity to make a little headway up the table. West Ham 2, United 1. But the bottom line is it was pure, unadulterated VAR bullcrap. That's the bottom line. That's the only description I could give it. That was clearly an injustice, as Ten Hag would say. In this case, I have to agree because there's absolutely no way you could look at that replay. The several times we saw it on the screen, there is no way you could say that was a clear and obvious error. So even if VAR said take a look at it, referee going over to the screen looking at that, there is absolutely no way that is a clear and obvious error. And if you look at it closely, the two guys were coming together, and the ball actually it looked like it come off Dilit's knee or thigh. So he obviously had a touch on the ball, and then so then the incident took place. So and then there was a handball in there as well. So it was total nonsense. That was just VAR crap. I mean let's just put it that way. But on the other hand, Manchester United should have had that game done and dusted in the first 45. The amount of misses. Come on. What the heck was that? Clear cut opportunities, going up begging. You're controlling the game, you're dominating. West Ham was pretty much being played off the pitch, and you can't put the ball in the back of the net and get this thing done. I mean, this is, now I'm no fan of Ten Hag. He's not the right guy, in my opinion. But this, a lot of responsibility for that loss was on the players. They've got to take from what's going on in the training onto the pitch and get the job done. Yes, the buck stops with the coaching staff, but they've got to be the ones scoring the goals. Okay, so obviously, we could point out several misses, and Dallo was the most obvious in terms of clear-cut chances. But um, if the team is putting up a solid defensive display, but you're missing multiple clear chances, that is intolerable, unacceptable. You can't win games and you can't get points. So we are beyond lower than a mid-table team. We're just going backwards. So I'll say that, I think that Delit had a pretty good game. Casemiro seemed to be sort of regaining some of his form. Okay, nothing spectacular, but he was solid defensively and, trying to create things up front. Mazraoui was pretty good again, had that injury. Ganacho, full of energy. And Rashford, though, I'm disappointed because not doing enough defensively. Now, I could live with it if you're scoring goals and you're putting up 15, 20, 25 goals a season, but that isn't the case. So we're not going to make a trade off there and say, well, okay, you don't have to do the work, because you have to do the work. So Oyland didn't make much of an impact. Fernandez, I don't know where his shooting boots have gone to, because the last few years Fernandez would be scoring some great goals, and now it seems he can't even hit the target. So I don't know, lack of confidence, something. The mental part of the game is just totally shot for these guys. I don't know if it has to do with the coach. Well, I would say something that is a factor. There's no way you can deny that the results, and looking at the coach and looking at some of his selections in terms of squad for a match, looking at his substitutions, you kind of, like I put it in my previous video, it baffles the mind. It baffles. It's puzzling. Where is he getting, you know, those decisions from? I don't get it. So we are here in a mess. This is Ten Hag's team. The new ownership, well, football partial owners, but football directors, football management structure. They've given him money, they've allowed him to spend, and this is the result. Pure nonsense on the pitch, going backward, not making any progress, and I can't see Eric Ten Hag lasting much longer. Something has to be done. Something has to give. It can't continue like this as it's going on now. It just can't. So, they didn't pull the trigger in the international break before. Let's see what happens in what, a couple of weeks, sometime in November. There's that international break coming up again, and we can't wait. I don't see the possibility of waiting for January and the transfer window. It ain't gonna happen. He's done. He needs to go. If you got to put in Rude as an interim, I mean, can he do any worse? Well, maybe, but I'm not. I don't know if anybody can do any worse than Ten Hag at this point. So where everything is kind of negative. There's not a lot of room for optimism, if you want to put it that way. So, but let's see what the board does. Let's see what happens. I mean, nothing is going to get much easier from here on in, and I think Ten Hag is actually on borrowed time. His expiry date is passed quite a while ago. So I appreciate your tuning in, and glad. I hope you could, just take a little time and like and share, and give me some feedback in the comments. And let's see what happens. Not a lot of hope in terms of turning this thing around. So thanks for watching.